What's going on, my broskies? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, and today we're here with some more Pirate Rumble action, and of course with the recent release of the Super Sugo Fest Uta, of course we're going to go ahead and use her in Pirate Rumble and see how she actually performs. Now, one of the big issues that a lot of the characters recently have kind of faced is that they have been releasing a lot of class-based characters, which in one turn is really good because color-based teams have been running rampant in Rumble pretty much since the inception of the game mode. So we've been wanting to see what they could do to give the classes a little bit of something, you know, to make them a little bit better in Pirate Rumble. And they have been doing that, but, you know, it'll take a little bit of time before these teams become established. But this is what we have going on now. This is a cerebral team that I've kind of come up with. I don't know how effective this team is going to be, but I'm excited to give it a shot. So, of course, this team is focusing heavily on using Uta, who I think, as a character by herself, is a phenomenal option for Pirate Rumble. Just having a look at her abilities here, Rumble ability giving cerebral allies level 6 health, level 6 speed, and any time that she herself does damage to the enemy up to 4 times, she gives your team level 2 attack and level 2 recovery, which of course can stack up to level 8 attack and level 8 recovery. For one character to provide so many buffs to one class is really good, and you know, even the recovery and attack buff, that actually that occurs for the whole team. That's actually not just for cerebral. So, you know, this character could have some potential outside of the cerebral team, which we may kind of explore later on, but we'll have to wait and see. But the special ability is also very good. 32 CT, a little high, but then it targets your cerebral allies for level 6 attack and level 5 CT speed up for 15 seconds, and then targets large range enemies for 3.5 times her attack. So it provides the attack buff first, then it does the damage. And then if you have, you know, her doing damage with her normal attacks before that, her passive is going to stack, giving even more attack. So this has the potential to be exceptional moving forward in Pirate Rumble. If this has more synergy and she can work with some other really cool characters, yeah, this has potential to be very, very good. So that is what we're going to be trying out today. We also have the brand new Legend Chopper, who is also a phenomenal option. Look at it, just looking at his Rumble ability, Cerebral Allies, level 5 health, level 5 recovery, level 5 defense, and anytime he himself will provide a healing effect up to 4 times, level 2 attack up to your team. So when you look at his behavior pattern, he heals up to 2 times in his behavior. So every time he does that, he will provide the attack buff. And in his special, which also heals, it'll be a 29 CT, targets teammates in a medium range for level 8 recovery, level 8 guard up, and level 8 crit up for 15 seconds, and then targets your teammates in a large range for 4 times healing. Great healing capabilities from Chopper, and every time he does healing through his behavior or his special, he'll give attack buff. And look, those two in particular provide a really good core, but then you've got Kara and Wanda, who I think are another phenomenal cerebral option. We've got Cat Viper, who is like probably one of the better cerebral characters you can be using in Rumble, that is a Pirate Rumble rare recruit. And then we've got Shanks, because cerebral don't have a hard-hitting unit. I wish I had Hiyori. I would love to try her out in Rumble alongside some of these units, but that's just the rundown here. We have Dofi on the bench, because if someone goes down, Dofi can provide some really crazy damage output and hopefully secure us some victory, but I don't know how successful it's going to be. But without further ado, let's see if we can find some opponents. Alright, so our first opponent is going to be a quick team. So, this quick teams are still scary, no matter how, you know, how time has progressed. They're always going to be a scary thing to come up against, especially when we have a team that I'm not really too confident in, but I'm just really excited to go ahead and see how it's able to perform. We want to see Uta do some crazy damage. We want to see lots of healing. I want to be really bulky, and you know, if someone goes down, hopefully Dofi can come in and absolutely wipe the floor with the opponent's team, because, you know, luckily Dofi is a cerebral unit, so he should get a lot of benefits from a lot of the characters with their Rumble abilities. So we'll see how things go. You can see every time Uta does damage, we get an attack buff. I believe Carrot and Wanda also, I can't remember when they provide an attack buff, but they also do that. Every time we have Chopper use a healing effect, he will also provide some buffs to our team. But that's one of the things with quick teams that we're coming up against here, is they have really, really fast CT, so they're going to be doing a lot of damage before we can do anything to them. Hopefully Chopper can stay alive and provide some healing effect. He's barely alive, and no CT up, or no haste given, and Shanks is almost down. But here we go with Uta, some attack and some CT, very, very good damage. And here is Shanks. Hopefully we can get some action bind from him. Oh, very good action bind. Unfortunately, Queen is ready to go. We really need Chopper to launch his special, but I think Queen is probably going to kill him. Queen is unfortunately still alive, and it looks like Chopper might go down here. Hopefully he can tank it. Okay, he tanks it. This is so good. Okay, Chopper should provide some really good healing here. This is so good for us. We needed this so badly. And there's the healing. Look at that. Look at that. That's so crazy. And then Neko, Cat Viper provide a bit of a health cut. So things are looking pretty good so far, but obviously that's one of the big things you guys may have been noticing so far, is that we only really have a couple of units that actually do good damage. Cat Viper, while he does provide a health cut, it's to a relatively short range, and his CT is pretty high for what it is. Okay, so Whitebeard did some pretty good damage to Chopper's just sitting at the front tanking all the hits, which is both a good and a bad thing. We actually knocked out Akainu. That's really good because Akainu is a pretty heavy damage dealer. And because of the CT increase that Uta gave to our crew, Uta is ready to go. All of our damage dealers are ready to go. So hopefully we tanked another hit. Kaido is ready to go though, and that is going to hurt. That's probably going to knock one of us out. Oh wow, knocked out Chopper and Shanks. That's really bad for us. Here's Uta though, large range, 3.5 times attack. Didn't knock out Kaido, but it did get rid of the Whitebeard. This is a really close one. We probably shouldn't have taken on someone that had 8 characters, considering our damage potential isn't that great in the first place. Doflamingo is ready to launch, which hopefully provides us with good stuff, and Bellamy is down, which is great. We really want Dofi to launch. Come on, tank it. Okay, we tanked that pretty well. We're going to get attack down. This is really bad. Level 12 attack down's really going to hurt. But here's Dofi. This should probably get us the win. Bro, let's go, dude. Let's go. Man, Dofi was such a good call to put on the bench because we're so bulky innately. You know, we got a little bit lucky because Chopper took a lot of hits early on. We're able to get that health recovery back from his special ability. And having Dofi coming in the late game, that was a very good decision to do that. Whew. Alright, so we got a win on the board, which is good to see, but, you know, it definitely feels like this team is lacking one unit that can provide some huge damage towards the enemy. Kind of like how Sai have both Odin and Yamato, which both can do really good damage. Something like that would be nice for the Cerebral-based teams. And look, it wasn't going to be a Pyro Rumble video if we don't take on the Sai team just to see how it performs. A little bit interesting though is the fact that there's no Rebecca and Toy Soldier. However, it has pretty much all of the big hitters that you want to be very, very cautious of. Luckily, no Kuzan. Kuzan can provide a lot of really nasty debuffs to our int characters, and considering we do have a lot of int characters on our team, that can be a bit worrying. But obviously, the main targets that we need to be very cautious of is going to be Odin and Yamato. Though, don't sleep on some of those other characters, man. You've got the Luffy and the Straw Hats. That size Straw Hat unit is still pretty good. They provide healing mechanics. They do decent damage. They also have a chance of action binding on special, so that is something that you do have to be very, very cautious of. But of course, Yamato is definitely the big red flag because of the halving of stats, which severely pins how good our characters are going to be. So halving stats on Shanks. Was it only Shanks that got inflicted with it? Wow, that's actually kind of lucky. More debuffs coming in from Roger, which is not a good thing, which makes us even weaker. And, you know, because of Wano Law being on their side of the field, that really hurts. And Uta being binded is so bad. Hopefully we can return the favor. Okay, Law got locked, but that doesn't really help too much here. Locking one of the other characters would have been a little bit more efficient. And then we got the Cat Viper, which will provide a bit of a health cut. That's actually not terrible. Not bad. But then Odin is coming in, and I think we're going to take a lot of damage. That was pretty big damage. And the action bind, oh my god. Oh, that's so bad. And Dofi comes in with no special CT. That is about as worse of a situation that we could have possibly been in. At least Uta gets to launch. Come on, Uta. Good damage, but no KOs. These guys might have a little bit of investments for their level limit break. I wouldn't be shocked if that's the case. Come on, can we get Chopper to launch? Dude, Chopper, he's been sitting there for so long. Please launch us. Oh, he's dead. Okay, we are so down. Yeah, we're so dead. Chopper not being able to provide any healing capabilities is kind of bad. We do have Dofi coming in here, which should actually do good damage. Oh, wow. And we, as easy as that, we secure victory. Dude, Dofi is really that guy, isn't he? Yeah, we would not have won without Dofi in that team. That's absurd. Look, I don't even know if I'd count that as a victory. That's kind of dumb. Dude, that's... I mean, look, it does say we won. We take it, but man, that feels like cheating using Doflamingo on the bench. That is, that's pretty exceptional, actually. We take those. We take those victories. Alright, so we've got a relatively bulky defense team here, especially with Luffy and Brook, and, you know, you've got some heavy hitters with Doflamingo. Luffy hits hard, Neko hits hard, though the thing is they don't have the Dog Storm, so, you know, the secondary effect of Cat Viper will not be launching, which is a good thing, but still, you know, you can't sleep on Dex teams. They have a lot of really good assets that make them, honestly, one of the best teams in Pirate Rumble right now. They're extremely solid, and they work well against essentially any opposition. Even against certain strength teams, they can still have a lot of really cool damage potential and really cool scenarios that you can be in. You really just do not sleep on Dex. They are a pretty solid team overall. Alright, so their Cat Viper is going to be launching first. Really good damage from them. Unfortunately, our Cat Viper just missed special. Defense down on our side of the field is never a good thing. Very good damage coming in from that Morio. Hopefully we get some action bind coming in from Shanks. Wow, we actually binded the Doflamingo. That's kind of huge. And here is the Carrot and Wanda. Okay, they're just eating it up, though. That's the thing. And then here we go with Brook, who provides some recovery. Yeah, this is going to be a really tough match, considering we don't really have a health cutter. I mean, we've got Neko, but his range is so small, we have to get kind of lucky. And the healing coming in from Chopper is going to be kind of nice, but it's going to be one of these matches where we don't die, but neither do they. So we'll see. Hopefully Uta can do something. I mean, decent, but it's not going to give us to victory if we keep up with damage like that. Hopefully Cat Viper comes in with a bit of luck. At least we health cut the Brook. If we can knock out Brook, I think we'll be okay, but again, the lower the time goes, Doflamingo is going to be more successful with his hits. We are tanking them pretty well, though, so we are looking kind of good. Who's going to be the next character to launch their special? It's going to be Shanks, it looks like, which is kind of good for us. Hopefully get some more action bind. Binding Luffy, I don't know if he resists it, but binding him would be actually kind of good right now. We actually did bind the Luffy, that's kind of nice. Kara and Wanda are ready to go. Chopper is ready to go once again. We'll eat this up, no problem. Our defense is actually really low. I don't know why our defense is so much lower. Oh, that's right, because Cat Viper's passive changes after like 40 or 60 seconds or something. Gonna get some health back, but again, yeah, this team's a little too bulky. So this again just shows why, you know, this team might struggle against some of these ultra bulky teams right now. We're just kind of not able to kill. Brook is almost down though. It would be nice if one of our characters could die and then we could get Doflamingo in instead. I think that would be huge for us. And then here's Brook again, which is going to provide healing mechanics and defense up. Yeah, so this is pretty much a rip. At least Neko knocked out, or actually got the health cut on a majority of them. Shanks is ready to go again. Would be nice if we got some action bind. This is really close. Action bind on Dofi. Oh, Dofi action bind right now is so good. Carrot and Wanda's ready to go. Let's see. I think we're going to run out of time. Yeah, we don't have enough damage. Ah, well. Either way, I'm still pretty content with how we went. And Doflamingo on the bench is definitely the right call. That guy is a beast. Alright, Uta, can we get a knockout? Oh, we did, but Luffy revived himself. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, okay. So that was a bit of a wrong decision to decide to go up for that. But you can see we were able to just sit there. I mean, we did get a couple, you know, really lucky action binds with the Shanks special. But that's the thing, is I feel like Shanks probably could be replaced with something else. Again, this is just a preliminary team composition that we came up with. And it was still relatively successful, all things considered. But either way, we take that L. But I'm still happy about the other 2 wins that we got. So just giving final thoughts on the Uta in Pirate Rumble, I think if you look at Uta in a vacuum, she is a phenomenal Pirate Rumble character, and I think is definitely going to see some play here and there. She has great damage, and her Rumble ability is fantastic. The only real thing that is the issue is the other characters that surround her. I felt the same way with Katakuri 6+, where if you look at Katakuri by himself on paper, he is a phenomenal Pirate Rumble character. However, the characters that surround him at the moment are just not that good. And the same thing is here with Uta, though I think Uta has a little bit more support than what Katakuri has. You know, as we said, we had Chopper. I think Chopper was a really good decision to have on the team, and I really love that Doflamingo on the bench. He comes in so clutch when the time is right. It is, you know, some of the Pirate Rumble rare recruits, if there was some really good Pirate Rumble rare recruits, like a Rebecca Toy Soldier kind of character, but for Cerebral instead, would love to see something like that. And they really need another character that is introduced that can just hit incredibly hard. So we'll have to wait and see in the future and see if Cerebral get a little bit more support. But that is going to wrap it up from me. Thank you so much for watching. And if you guys enjoyed it, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all of the content that I post on my channel, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.